Manchester United have lost 3-0 to Liverpool at Old Trafford, but the 3-0 scoreline doesn't tell the whole story. We're going to break it down and look at the good, the bad, and the awful. Starting with the good. I thought we played okay for the first 20-25 minutes. We more or less went toe to toe with Liverpool during that time. We've created chances, obviously they did too, but we looked decent, looked solid, perhaps a little bit chaotic at times, trying to do things too quickly. Maybe that's the occasion, I suppose, as well. You're trying to put down a marker early, but we just looked we looked a bit all over the place, to be honest. Now I know someone in one of my WhatsApp groups made a decent point earlier, saying that our starting 11 barely played together uh, this season. Like when you compare Liverpool's team, that starting 11 have been playing together for more or less 3-4 years. There's what one or two players that have come in over the last couple of years, but the spine of that team have been playing together for 3 or 4 years. We have a brand new right back who does look solid, granted. We had a brand new partnership with De Ligt and Martinez starting together for the first time. We've Delo, who's naturally a right back, playing at left back, and I think that showed over the first couple of games with Brighton. He's been caught out of position uh, a number of times. I think as well with Mazraoui playing at right back. He's today started alongside De Ligt for the first time. He's already after playing alongside 3 or 4 different defenders in the 3 games that he's played for us. Harry Maguire doesn't talk. He doesn't communicate on the pitch as much. Now, De Ligt does. You can see it. He's very vocal. He's very organised. He organised that back four. So I think having that consistency with Mazraoui, De Ligt, and Martinez, that will only get better over time, and it will only make us better at the back. Now, I will say the De Ligt and Martinez partnership does look promising. They look solid together. De Ligt especially he was pretty good in that first half. So there's definitely promising signs there. But you look at it, we have a brand new striker as well up front. We have a midfielder in Mainu. Granted, he's been outstanding last season, but he's only 19. He made his debut last year in October. Granted, his career has skyrocketed in that time, but you're relying on a 19-year-old who only made his debut last year to take charge of that midfield and control the game. He shouldn't be playing every game, but because of our midfield and the way we are, we have to rely on him. But that needs to change going forward. Granted, it will, but it's going to take time. Like, Ineos had a decent transfer window over the summer, got rid of a lot of the deadwood out of the club, and we brought in 6 or 7 decent players. You're not going to replace 17 players in one window. It's just not possible. It's going to take time, so we have to be mindful of that. Also, as well, like Casemiro, um, like he didn't have a great first half, but you're also relying on at half time when he came off. You're relying on a 20-year-old academy graduate making his Premier League debut to come on in his place. So you essentially have 2 academy players in your midfield for the second half of that game. So we have. It's going to take time for that squad to gel and come together. Like compared to Liverpool's, like they just outclassed us. On paper, we should have beaten that team, but and on another day, with the chances that we created, like Xerxes had 2 great chances in the second half. A header on the inside the 6-yard box, and another chance a couple of minutes later. Fully fit, out and out striker finishes both of those chances. At 3-2, completely different game. Who knows? Maybe we're going to get a late equaliser. But like there is promise, and the 3-0 scoreline doesn't do it justice. If you look at the stats, like the stats are pretty level. Like we had 3 shots on target, Liverpool had 3 shots on target. Difference there, they were clinical in front of goal. We had more possession, we had more passes. They had more clearances because we were obviously getting into positions and creating those chances. So there's definitely promising signs there. Like that 3-0 scoreline flatters Liverpool. If you look at the scoreline as just on its own, it looks like they played us off the park. They didn't. It was 3 mistakes that cost us. And they were more clinical in front of goal. That's the difference. Which brings us on to the bad. The individual mistakes cost us the game. Casemiro made 2. And Manu made for the third one, I think Manu and Onana are at fault. Like for the first one with Casemiro, it's a no-look pass to no one, really. I don't know where it was going. Because of that, and that was on the halfway line. So our fullbacks have already pushed up. So by the time Liverpool break forward, get into the box, cross the ball in, they have 2 men free at the back post because Mazraoui is still trying to get back because he was in an advanced position. So, and we always knew Liverpool are very, very good on the turnover, on counter-attack. They're very good. You can't allow them those chances. You can't be making those kind of mistakes, give them those opportunities to catch us on the counter because they will punish us. And they did 3 times. The second one, okay, you can argue it was a push in the back, it was a foul, but he needs to be stronger in that position. You can't be giving the ball away. And again, they caught us on the break. The third goal, Manu just got out-muscled by a player that he shouldn't have. But then the ball comes to Salah on the edge of the box, and Onana's position for the goal, he's given him that whole left-hand side of, Onana's left-hand side of the goal to aim at. He couldn't miss it. And Salah, the player that Salah is, he's not going to miss that chance. So definitely, take those mistakes out of it. We were pretty okay. We were doing okay. But we need to stop making those mistakes. Like, I'm sure if you look back at the Fulham Brighton games, we probably arguably made similar mistakes. But Liverpool is a different opposition. They're a better opposition than those 2 teams. And they punished us. We probably got away with similar mistakes in the first 2 games. But Liverpool are a better side than them. They will punish you if you make those mistakes. You can't be making those kind of mistakes in the midfield. And again, another bad, not taking our chances. As I said previously, if we have a fully fit, out-and-out striker, we take minimum 2 of those chances that we created. And it's a completely different game then. So I think Highland coming back after the international break, granted he's probably not going to start the first game back, but we're definitely going to need him back. Like, we're creating the chances. We've seen it in all the first 3 games. We are creating chances, but we just can't score. And Highland showed last season, if he gets a goal, goes on a run, he will score. He will score chances. Give him chances. There was periods last season where he wasn't getting the chances, so naturally he wasn't scoring. He was walking off the pitch with 0 shots, and our wingers were coming off with 5, 6, 7 shots. So if we create chance for an out-and-out striker, we will score. So him coming back is definitely going to make a massive difference. Also, how we react when we do go behind needs to change. It's that whole mentality of the heads just drop and everyone just loses complete focus. Everyone just switches off. And it was like watching United from 2 years ago. Like, when we lost 7-0 to Liverpool, after the second goal went in, heads just dropped and it was just absolute chaos. Couldn't string 2 passes together. There was glimpses of that again. that needs to change. Now, whether that comes, you could argue a lot of that has to come from the manager to try and fix that attitude and fix that mentality. But ultimately, it's the players on the pitch that are not putting in the effort. Like, it's a collective, it's a club. Players, the staff, manager, coaches, everyone. You win as a team, you lose as a team. Everyone should take some blame in any result if it's a bad result when you come off the pitch. So there definitely needs to be a mentality shift in the squad if we want to start competing for trophies and leagues. But yeah. Now on to the awful. To be honest, from the game itself, there's not too much that I want to kind of put into this category, but what I do want to put into this category is the absolute idiocy that I'm seeing online from fans saying Ten Hag out, doesn't have a clue. We're 3 games into the new season. Ineos over the summer literally backed the manager. They did their due diligence and they went around Europe and looked to see if there was a better manager than Ten Hag to take this team forward. They interviewed several managers and managers that you would have said, yeah, on paper, maybe they would be a better option. But after Ineos went and talked to all these managers, they decided Ten Hag is the best man for the job to bring us forward, get us back to the top, competing for trophies consistently. So 3 games into the season, they're not now going to turn around and say, yeah, go on, off with you, we made a mistake, you're gone. They're not going to do that. He's going to get time. A lot of the reaction from online is looking at the result. You look at the result, 3-0 at home to Liverpool. Obviously, it's a horrendous loss. But if you look at the game, we played well at times. Obviously, it wasn't all roses. But there were spells where we were decent in possession. We were creating chances. We're just not taking them. Getting Highland back, I think Mount as well, Mount being injured is a massive loss to us when we're out of possession. Like you see in the first 2 games, him leading the press was massive for us this season. Him being out now for 4 or 5 weeks is a big loss. So we're really gonna miss him. And being honest, I think the international break probably couldn't come at a better time for us. I know a lot of teams, and usually United included, we normally look at the first international break, a couple of weeks into the season. You look at it thinking, no, you're completely disrupting everything. But I think given how the results have gone, I think this break now has come at a good time for us, bad time for the likes of City, Liverpool, Arsenal, who've been getting results and have been winning games. I think now it's a time for the club and the players, the squad, the managers, staff, just reset, refocus, and just concentrate on building up that unity in the squad, especially in the back, and playing out from the back. Having that back line playing consistently, performing together, having them gel is going to make a massive difference to us and sorting out that hole in the midfield. But yeah, look, let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think were the good points, if any, from that game? And how do you see us progressing going forward? Let us know. Our next game is the 14th of September. I'm hopefully going to do a watch along for that one. It's the early game on the Saturday, 12:30. So I'm going to look at doing hopefully a live watch along for that. If you want to join me, get involved in the chat. We'll hang out, watch the game together, and discuss it, and yeah, probably give out again. But look, it's a rebuild. The whole club is in a rebuild. We are building from the top to the bottom, and we faced a team that, we faced a club that has a structure in place for minimum the last 8 years. Slot came in, took over from Klopp, not much of a transition at all. They already have a structure and everything in place, how they want to play. Slot hasn't had to change too much, whereas we're in a complete rebuild. I know people are looking at saying, "Oh, Ten Hag he's in his third year now. He needs to be making a difference." But look at the changes that have gone on behind the scenes at the club, and the changes to the 11 that he's putting out on the pitch. It's a completely different 11 than he had like 3 seasons ago. Completely different. It's going to take time. Fans need to be patient. I know there's a knee-jerk reaction now because the results haven't been there, but look, we will get there. We'll get there. I have faith. I have faith in the manager, faith in the club, Ineos, the board. They know what they're doing. Hopefully we can come back against Southampton with a victory, and we kick on from there. But yeah, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and yeah, come and get involved. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts of the game was, good or bad. Take all feedback, and yeah, I'll catch you later.